Told you, no friends, no life, bored. What's a booktube? Is that what it's called? I hope that's what it's called. Maybe I should have checked out the book community before I made a video, but like, I don't care. Alright, so I already have a blog about books and I post on my Tumblr, linked below, but there are some things that I just don't write about, and I have some thoughts. So basically, I just moved to a new state and I have no friends and a crappy retail part-time job for the time being, and I just need to talk about books with someone. So I figure if I talk to a camera and post it on the internet, whether or not anybody watches, it'll feel like I talked about books and got it off my chest. So let's go. Today, I'm here to talk about Defy the Stars and Defy the Worlds. So these books are by Claudia Gray. They are the first two in the constellation. I think it's just a trilogy. I think there's only one more coming out, but if she makes it a series, I'm down. Alright, so Claudia Gray is who I want to talk about first, before I even get into these books. She wrote the Firebird trilogy, which is one of my all-time favorite series trilogies I've ever read. It's top 3 if we exclude Harry Potter, because like that's number better than 1. I was kind of afraid to read more by her because I wasn't sure if I just loved her writing or if I loved that series so much because I'm a nerd who's obsessed with the multiverse theory and like thinking about the other Caralins out there and how they're doing. Like imagine the Caralins that don't get to see that butt every day. But took the risk, grabbed them, and boy am I glad I did. How do I need to summarize the book? So basically, this book is set in space. There are 2 main characters, Nomi and Abel. Nomi is from a planet called Genesis, who is in war with Earth because Earth has killed the planet to the point of it being almost inhabitable, and they need a place to go. Genesis could be the place for them to go, but they don't really want to let the humans of Earth on for fear that they will ruin Genesis the way they ruined Earth. Abel is from Earth, and he is what's known as a mech, which is basically a robot that looks like a human. But as we learn throughout the series, he's not a normal mech. He can think for himself, he can form opinions and ideas, and he has a soul. That's what I think is incredible, is that Abel was so well done. So well done. The writing was amazing, and there were clear voice differences between Abel and Nomi. So I already wrote a WordPress blog about the books and what I liked about them, so I'd rather talk about something that I really didn't like, and I chose not to write about this because I didn't know how to sum it up into one little ball of paragraph. Alright, so throughout the entire book, we meet people from all over of different races and different planets. And not once did she say anything about how they're all communicating in English. I understand it's a fiction book, I understand it's science fiction, fantasy, whatever. It's just supposed to be understood that they magically understand each other. What bothers me about that is that eventually in the second book, she talks about people speaking French. Like, she brings up language, but still doesn't say anything about how these people all seem to have one lingua franca. So how are people from all these different planets just easily communicating? How can she, if she had not mentioned French, it would have bothered me in the back of my mind, but I would have forgotten about it. But she mentioned language in the second book. So how are all these people, not just different countries, not different continents, from different planets, speaking to each other just easily? She could have said that they successfully made a universal language, a lingua franca that everyone on Earth, and therefore everyone who went to different planets after Earth, could speak. That's all she would have had to do. But no, she doesn't mention anything, and then brings up French out of nowhere. How are these people speaking to each other? That's all I want to know. That's it. Long story short, read these books. But as someone with a degree in linguistics and sociology, meaning I'm probably like the only person who cares about this, but because that's who I am, I'm always going to be bothered by this. This these can't make my top books because of that. I'm pretty sure she does a great job on scientific stuff and saying things that maybe aren't real now but could possibly be real, have been theorized about. I don't know. Like I've said, she's amazing. These books are amazing. Read them. Just, I'm annoyed about the language thing. Should I be? No, it shouldn't. So anyway, it's time for me to stop this mega long video and figure out if I can even work iMovie on my phone, because that just seems sketchy to me. Peace out, people scouts. I'll come up with something better if I keep doing this, I swear. Oh, my honey bunches at Netflix. Yeah? Oh, thank you. So, it's my turn to talk. It appears that my eyes did not get the memo that I slept 13 hours last night. Do I own concealer? Yes. Do I like to put it on? No, I'm lazy.